the NFL on EA Sports.
Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world, Pittsburgh, PA, and Heinz Field. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Houston Texans and the Pittsburgh Steelers. The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
First down, it's Watson. He's got his tight end. It's Fells. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's 2nd down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Out of the gun, Watson. And Cooks has it over the middle.
Watson.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
It's a gain of 6.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches. The first carry now. This is Johnson. And eventually taken down, but how about that athletic spin move we saw? Gives him the first down yardage. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Isaiah Simmons make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Pass complete from Watson to Akins. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage.
T.J. Watt there on the tackle. The tackle made back at midfield.
On 2nd down, it's Johnson. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Being chased out left. Room to run inside the 40. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a first down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big-time play.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the Steelers' 26-yard line.
To throw again on 2nd down. Watson. It's caught left side by Cooks.
Complete to Brandon.
He was locked in. 2 trips to the end zone, Charles, over 100 yards receiving.
How about the combination of route running, confidence going downfield, and the ability to go up and get the football? You're exactly right. It was hard for them to stop him.
From the red zone now, Watson. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. Stepping up, he's going to keep it, and he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. He'll wind up getting 2 there as he does it himself and picks up the first. From the 2, here's 1st and goal. And that play goes nowhere. He's met behind the line, and a penalty flag may add insult to injury. Stopped him for a loss on the run anyway, so they'll decline that.
It's almost a good psychological advantage, isn't it? You created a penalty, and you still couldn't gain yards against us. No way we need to take that one.
A crucial penalty there as the hold backs him up for another 2nd and goal. No score after 1 on EA Sports.
No score.
The line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. And they'll run with a former All-Pro. This is David Johnson. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4.
Hey, Charles, let's get a look at the draft class for this offense. Remember, no first-round picks this year. They traded it away. How much of a detriment is that?
Well, what they're hoping is the reason they traded away that first-round pick, that player won't be a detriment. He'll be an improvement for their team. And now as you get into the later rounds.
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Darren Fells, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Texans take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Building confidence after a loss, that's a good way to do it. The loss last game, but first drive here in this one, cashing it in for 6.
And they can talk all they want about putting a loss behind them. I think that drive there did more than any conversation they had, don't you think?
That's exactly right. Puts that to bed. And this is what they said all week long. A lot of things they needed to do differently. But whatever they said appears to have worked. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
10 at their own 26-yard line.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 26.
Now the rookie out of Wisconsin. This is Jonathan Taylor.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
On 3rd and 1, it's Roethlisberger. He finds his target, Fuller. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Will Fuller, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting run, so much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had the feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Gonna give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
4 yards.
And they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6.
At the 29-yard line.
From the gun, here's Watson. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. 30, 10, and he's in. Touchdown, Houston.
Pass complete.
Brandon Cooks, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Texans have taken the lead. Well, that's a heck of a response to regain the lead after we had seen the touchdown to tie the game.
I would say what we just saw there was a great amount of poise because typically when teams tie the game up, it's a little bit of a, how would you say, you kind of take a step back and have to get yourself regrouped. They regrouped in a hurry, didn't they? They attacked back after they had been tied.
And in a big way, that was a statement-long touchdown. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And the ball is free. Taylor lost it. The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down. From the gun, it's Taylor. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29.
Number 28, Jonathan Taylor, the ball carrier. Vernon Hargraves on the tackle.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. Gonna throw right side here. Complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. He's fresh off that 3-touchdown performance last week that got him AFC Offensive Player of the Week. So you know that he was already on their radar. Now he's maybe even a bigger plane on their radar.
Bigger plane. I mean, he is the big dot on that screen that they're looking at and saying, how in the heck do we stop him? They're going to try a bunch of different things, different people covering him. But right now, he's locked in and is in sync with his quarterback.
On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 12 more yards there and another 1st down. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 42-yard line.
42-yard line.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Ebron with it over the middle. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will. Throwing now, Roethlisberger on 1st down.
Good catch there by Eric Ebron, and the Steelers are hoping that they see the 2018 version of this young man. 66 catch, 750 yards, and 13 touchdowns. And that was good enough for 2nd in the league.
Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football.
Roethlisberger on the keeper.
2nd and short now following the fumble. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter, 14-7. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down.
And goal.
On 3rd and goal, Roethlisberger. Blanketed coverage by Houston. Makes it 4th down.
Incomplete. Intended for Robert Foster.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs. Able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
And Boswell's kick is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10.
14. Steelers 10.
A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
But credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Deshaun Watson of the Texans offense trot back out there. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence. Does a great deal for your team. Gives them a lead, and they feel really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least...
Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And they will set up shop, red zone territory at the 13-yard line.
What part do they went empty set there? No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Following the fumble recovery, it's Roethlisberger. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's brought down. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up first. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Jonathan Taylor, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are going to retake the lead. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the 1st quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the 2nd. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And it's now 17-14. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Houston set to take over. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity. Johnson was the intended receiver, and now it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now the pass hauled in by Kenny Stills. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Watson. High throw, but the catch is made. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Kenny Stills, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Texans have once again taken the lead. Pretty good response. They had given up the touchdown and the lead, but they struck back. And I love the way that they just saw it happen, took a quick exhale on the sidelines. So let's go get it back and fast. Let's go ahead and throw the ball downfield and get our own 6 points.
A huge chunk play to regain that lead. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Getting set to go again, Ben Roethlisberger marches onto the field. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but bottom line, his team's losing. They got to fix something.
And it starts with him. He has to keep that little quarterback strut going right now to make sure his team sees him as confident. Continue to try and up his game. but just let them know, hey, if I'm around, if I'm the one calling signals and throwing the football, just follow me, we'll get there. Sometimes that will do more to elevate a team than anything else.
See if he has that confidence. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And all the way down to the 29. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Throwing right, and that's complete. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. Will Fuller was the intended target, and it's 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. His throw caught at about the 5. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Will Fuller in the final seconds of the first half, as his guys are able to regain the lead. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes. That's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far. Fun to watch.
So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. This taken in about 4 yards deep.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. And no reason to do anything foolish, as they'll snap it one more time on 1st down. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. The white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. So we've reached halftime at a Watt, and we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Now a look at Will Fuller as he and the rest of the offense gears up to get ready to go again. A monster game so far, 3rd quarter. He is lighting up the stat sheet.
And so many times when you see these types of games, you hear about the quarterback, or we talk about the quarterback throwing guys open, putting it in the right spot. How about some credit for the receivers, though, who find ways to get open, whether they uncover late in a route or they get open early, but they just always find a way. And he's having that type of a game.
Yeah, he's been nearly impossible to cover. A big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards.
The dynamic duo is doing damage in this one, and they've certainly been on point throughout. And they hook up again for another big play.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
They give to Taylor out of the gun.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Tackle made by Whitney Merciless. Throwing on 2nd down. Roethlisberger
hitting Juju on the slant.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. And a nice job by him to catch the slant and then navigate and break free.
And receivers love slant routes because it gets the ball in their hands so quickly, and oftentimes on the move, when they're on the move like that, then they get to use their best asset, which is usually their speed.
And their speed sometimes, like this instance, can take them into the end zone.
The kickoff for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Operating from the gun, Watson. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Isaiah Simmons in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. He is proving his worth defensively. Getting the sack here, that comes after being named the AFC Defensive Player of the Week for his performance in last week's game.
He's stacking games together, isn't he? I mean, you just mentioned what he did the previous week to be named AFC Defensive Player of the Week, continuing to play at that level. And when you get that kind of confidence going, those kind of guys are hard to stop.
So here are the Steelers to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10.
A carry by Taylor to start the drive.
And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory.
Ball carrier.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with.
Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. 3rd down, passing down. They throw the extra defensive back in there for a nickel package, and it worked out.
And it's not anything that you would think is just great strategy. It's just that when you have 5 defensive backs on the field and an obvious passing down, it's a lot tougher to complete a pass. And on that play, they completed it just to the wrong team, and it cost them 6 points.
Hopkins with the extra point, and the lead is down to a field goal.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Here comes Ben Roethlisberger and the Steeler offense back onto the field. A solid first half for him, and so far a good start to the second half.
And I'm going to try not to go overboard with praise here, but I can't help it. He is playing so well. Really accurate with the ball, finding guys open downfield, and finding the end zone 3 times. That'll help offset the 1 interception.
Absolutely. Just that 1 pick with the 3 touchdowns so far.
1st and 10, Taylor now.
And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line.
He was
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this 3rd quarter.
Second and 12.
Jack 16, 44. Switch it.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Fuller. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
That's good.
Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
10 at the 49-yard line.
They'll run on first down. It's Taylor. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
From the 41, Roethlisberger. Ebron caught left side. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
Incomplete.
You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when the next defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
21 yards there on 3rd down.
18-yard line.
And passing yardage-wise, now up over 350 in this game. Pretty nice performance.
Definitely that, which usually means you're putting a lot of pressure on guys trying to cover. If you're a defensive back and they put over 350 yards on you, you've had a long day.
That is caught. It's Juju for the Steeler touchdown. Big Ben with his 4th touchdown pass of the afternoon. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Randall Cobb on the return. The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own.
And now out comes Houston. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. A throw left side to start the drive is complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. So that one a disaster. A big loss there with 2nd down coming up. So they had the big loss on that 1st down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. From the gun, Watson. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Isaiah Simmons has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Instead, they go empty backfield as they'll look to throw. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line.
A loss of 6 yards. 3 and out.
Here's Brian Anger now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's Texans football, but they trail here as we get started in the 4th quarter. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. They will indeed snap it to Watson. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. Bill O'Brien rolls the dice, but to no avail. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. And that'll set them back 5.
Here we go, here we go. Let's 30.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field.
Alert. 8.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. And he fires one incomplete. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, is intended target. And it's third down. The Steelers on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be 3rd and 15. And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts. This time on third down.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This from 54 yards away. And this won't get there, won't be online either. It's no good, off to the right, and this score will stay right where it is. Charles, all things considered, I guess that's not a critical miss at this stage, is it?
No, but still everything helps when you're trying to finish off a ball game. And you're right, not critical in terms of the scoreboard and the team, but the guy with the golden foot, he knows he's only as good as his last kick.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Isaiah Simmons racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
The Texans on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be 3rd and 19. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Isaiah Simmons, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in 1 game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. But down 2 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to go for it. They must have thought they had a play to dial up that they could get it. It didn't work out.
They must have thought, as you pointed out, they had a play, and they were probably looking at the number of possessions that they thought were left in the...
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. How about Ben Roethlisberger, his 5th touchdown pass of the afternoon. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that. Truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
And we move to spotlighting Brandon Cooks. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again is Watson. On the left side, this is Stills. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It's a first down on a gain of 10. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Watson's throw here taken in by Cooks. Touchdown, Houston. Brandon Cooks with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Texans get a bit closer. He has his 2 scores, but still a sizable deficit in this game.
Do you have him in fantasy football this week?
Unfortunately, no.
It's too bad, right? That would have been big points. But he is really trying to rally his team as best he can. Things are not going as well the rest of the way for them. That's why they're down with this deficit. He might need to score a couple of more times to give them a chance.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
And let's shift our attention to Will Fuller. So far, he has the trio of touchdowns. Obviously, it's been a pretty good game for him.
So if this were hockey, they'd be throwing their hats out on the ice for the hat trick, right? I'm not sure exactly what you do in the NFL except applaud and continue to hope you see a little bit more of this. What a tremendous game.
You want to start a new tradition? What can we throw on the field?
I don't know.
Throw your mic out there.
A lot of fans would like that. Cut his mic off.
3 touchdowns so far. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Call that a very strong gain of 24. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Roethlisberger will throw. And his throw is incomplete.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
Now the throw going to Fuller, and he's got it. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 44-yard line. 15 yards on the play, first down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Ben to throw again. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. Now Roethlisberger on first down. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Texans scoop it. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. Past the 20. And they will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Texans touchdown.
Dustin Hopkins.
This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. You know, that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. And this carries into the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. The run there on 1st down, going to get him 5 up to the 30.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the 4th quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers, 4th quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense. And this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it. And let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. On 1st down, it's Roethlisberger. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. To throw here, Roethlisberger. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. This a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important 3rd down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get 1st downs and eat away at the clock. Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. So Deshaun Watson in the offense. Down by a field goal, 2:24 to go. And they're in danger of a 3rd straight loss as they come up on 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Watson. It's caught left side by Cooks. And he takes it down deep into Pittsburgh territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 73 yards. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and goal with this game still hanging in the balance. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pick up a 3. It's hurry-up mode time for the Texans, hustling up to the line. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Darren Fells with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Texans have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Steelers take over 1st and 10. At their own 25.
Now it's the Steelers' turn, trailing by 4. 1:39 to go. Their perfect start to the season in jeopardy unless they can score here as they've got it 1st and 10. Roethlisberger to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. That one goes for 24 yards. That's what they need right now. Get the 1st down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
So 1 play, and they're already just shy of midfield. On the handoff, Taylor. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler 1st down. 1st down now, but that clock rolling.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Here's Roethlisberger. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Roethlisberger got to get his guys to the line as quick as he can. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Back to throw. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. They go right back to him for 20 and a first.
The Steelers were last in the NFL in red zone touchdown percentage a season ago, down around 35%. It's first and goal.
Crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line.
Well, I don't think we'll have to look very hard to find our play of the game. That was an absolutely monstrous big play right there. Backs to the wall. The offense has it in the red zone, driving for the winning score. And he says, not on my watch. And that is one happy bunch on the sidelines.
Now the Steelers going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
14-yard line, 2nd and 11.
And now he'll tuck it and run. And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down.
2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.